Oftenberg. I'm a horticulture specialist with MU Extension. And today we're here to talk about pollinators and pollinator plants. As you can see, I am in this beautiful wildflower garden. This is Taylor Twins Memorial Garden in Jackson, Missouri. And it is such a beautiful, rare sight in the middle of town to see such a garden. So we're going to talk about pollinators. Pollinators are things like bees and flower flies, bats and hummingbirds, just lots of different pollinators out there. Why are they important? Because most of the flowers that we have, and trees and shrubs, all need pollinators to reproduce. And so 80% of plants on this earth need pollinators, and that's why pollinators are important. So, how can you get a beautiful garden like this? Well, and bring in those pollinators, it starts with diversity. You know, you want tall flowers, short flowers, different colors, different textures. You even want different bloom times. So you may have things that bloom bright and early in the spring, some things that bloom in the summer, some things that bloom in the fall. The other thing that you have to take in consideration is the type of flowers that bees like, that the hummingbirds like, that butterflies like. You know, they fall into whether it's a nectar plant, a pollen plant, or even a larval plant, which means that it feeds the caterpillars. So you have to take a look at that. You have to have some of every category there. The other thing that you have to think about is you need to group plants in 10 or more, and it can be a bigger variety, but 10 plants is what's going to bring in those pollinators. So you could have 2 coneflower, 2 of the phlox, you could have 2 of the Rebeckia. So you could just be combining different plants in that area. The other tip is you want it in about a 100 square foot area. So 100 square foot is about 10 by 10. And so you can just approximate that in a given area that you have 100 square foot of bloom. The other thing that you want to remember is you might like a manicured look, but some of those pollinators like it to be a little woolly or a little, with it filled in like this, a more naturalized setting. So just keep that in mind. You might have the areas around your house where they may be prime and proper, and then these areas that are more woolly. So, and then you also have to think about most of our pollinators like the old-fashioned heirloom or native plants. As you can see here, these are all native plants, and so this is what pollinators truly want. So some of our new hybrid plants, they not so much like. So they want the old-fashioned, unfrilly, just the normal old-fashioned plants. The other thing is, just keep in mind when you're planting your natives that the first year they will sleep, meaning you put them in the ground, they'll just sit there. The second year they will grow some, not a bunch, but then that third year they're going to leap. They're really going to do well. And so just give your pollinator plants some time to get going, and once they start blooming and once they start doing well, you are going to see a wealth of pollinators come into your garden, and then you just sit back and enjoy it. Thank you, and have a good day.